Hi, this is Kimball Bullington. I want to talk about project charters, which is actually a sort of a favorite tool of mine in the define phase. And instead of going through the PowerPoint slides, which when I looked at them seemed to be fairly self-explanatory, or even going through the charter template, I want to tell you just a brief story of mine where I should have used a charter and I didn't, sort of before I really understood the concept. So I had a supplier that was a plastic injection molder that was bothering me, and I gathered together a little team and I basically said, this supplier makes my stomach hurt, and I want you to make sure my stomach doesn't hurt in the future. And they said, well, are we supposed to get a new supplier? And I said, well, that's up to you. I said, but I want, in some way or another, I want you to reduce the risk and my feeling of risk to the point where I'm comfortable with this. And that's pretty much all the direction I gave them. They went off for a while and nothing seemed to happen. They were not reporting back to me, and I would ask questions, and after a while they got sort of bothered with me asking questions. And in the end, finally, after way too long, they came back and reported that they were going to keep the supplier and that they were just okay with that supplier. I hadn't done anything to satisfy me. Now, whose fault was that? And I would argue that it was my fault, and that I didn't get really clear with the expectations. I could have up front said, you'll report back at this by this time, and could have given them a number of criteria. I could have basically scoped the process and said, you've got to give me this, and beyond this, I'm going to leave it up to you. I could have done that. I could have still given them flexibility or freedom to act, but within boundaries. And I could have set expectations on when they would report and all of that. And I didn't do that. So I would say that that was my fault. And since that time, I've understood the power of a project charter. It's sort of like a contract between management and the team, and that actually protects both management and the team. So it's a good deal all around. Great tool. I've given you a template and also the PowerPoint, and I hope this will give you a little motivation to consider this an important tool to use the next time you're in the define phase.